A butterfly with broken wings scatters shimmer powder seductively. Am I not beautiful? Look at me. A cold-blooded snake man coils around her legs, bleeding to show his love. I want you covered in my scent. A violent wolf king demands forcefully. Choose me or watch me die. A yandere scorpion whispers seductively in her ear. Fall into darkness with me. A gentle lizard murmurs on the rooftop in the wind. Baby, it's so windy. Do you love me? All because this girl is the only female in the entire galaxy with SS rank healing abilities. And she's a time traveler from the future. Knowing the future's course, she only wants humans and beastmen to coexist peacefully. But through a twist of fate, she ends up on a strange path. At this moment in the room, Vivian, are you really this desperate? Vivian opens her eyes to see a man's purple gold pupils staring intensely at her. The man's chest rises and falls heavily, his voice low and filled with killing intent. Vivian's brow furrows sharply. She doesn't recognize him at all. Who are you? What's wrong with you? The man kneels half-naked before her, his purple short hair disheveled, purple gold eyes like they're bleeding. Behind him, one purple butterfly wing is broken. Damien's face shows a hint of mockery, his cheeks flushed red from the drug's effects. What game do you want to play now? Before Vivian can react, her head throbs with sudden pain. Memories that don't belong to her flood into her mind. The next second, her chin is grabbed forcefully by the man in front of her. He stares at her deadly, his voice carrying vicious intent. Fine, what do you want to play? Come on, play me to death! The man's palm suddenly presses against Vivian's neck. Vivian feels a chill of terror. The man's fierce voice sounds like he wants to kill her. Vivian pushes away the man in front of her and scrambles off the bed, fleeing through the door. Damien is pushed to the ground by Vivian, his long, pale fingers surrounded by purple gold toxic powder. If that woman hadn't pushed him away just now, the poison powder on his hands would have landed on her body. After Vivian runs out, following the extra memories in her mind, she finds the original soul's room and rushes in, quickly closing the door. Her head is in chaos.
Fala família, recado importante para você que quer aprender Python, seja para se destacar no seu trabalho, ganhar um aumento, uma promoção ou até conquistar uma nova vaga. Vai rolar a jornada Python da Hashtag, cara. A nossa parceira aqui no Flow é uma das maiores escolas de treinamento para o mercado de trabalho da América Latina e tá liberando para você de graça esse evento de Python. São 4 aulas gratuitas com 4 projetos do zero, passo a passo. Então mesmo que você não saiba nada de Python, você vai conseguir acompanhar. Para participar, é só clicar no botão aí na tua tela e fazer a inscrição agora. Clica aqui no Saiba Mais.
She should have traveled from an era where beastmen kept humans in captivity back to an era where humans kept beastmen in captivity. Logically, she should be happy, but she can't feel happy at all. The identity she's traveled into is that of a vicious real heiress who, after being brought back from a remote planet, did terrible things out of jealousy toward the fake heiress and was ultimately exiled to a wasteland planet by the fake heiress's scheme. She was even given 5 beast slaves who had rebelled against their master and were in frenzy periods. Every beastman has a control chip implanted in their brain at birth. Masters can control the beastman's life and death through the chip, even torture them with it. When the master dies, the beast slaves die with them. So the original soul recklessly tortured her 5 beast slaves. Just now, she had drugged the butterfly man, preparing to make it a done deal, when Vivian inexplicably traveled through time. And, if Vivian remembers correctly, she had seen this news on Starnet. The real heiress was killed by her 5 beast slaves after being exiled to the wasteland planet. In 3 years, Vivian's beast slaves will find a way to break free from the chip's control, then kill her. Inexplicably traveled here, only to be killed again in 3 years? Before Vivian can catch her breath, the door is pounded heavily. Vivian, come out! Vivian hesitates for a moment, then still opens the door. A muscular but scarred hand quickly grabs Vivian's collar. Vivian inevitably looks up at the furious man before her. Black hair with wolf ears barely visible among the strands, the right wolf ear pierced with a row of red studs. The newcomer has handsome features, wild and cold, with black eyes full of rage. Vivian, where did you hide my medicine? Vivian's inner dissatisfaction reaches its peak. What medicine did I hide? Can't you speak properly? Vivian, don't play dumb with me. Besides you, who else would take my frenzy period medication? If you don't hand it over before you kill me, I'll definitely kill you first. Something suddenly flashes through Vivian's mind. The original soul did indeed steal his medicine, but flushed it down the toilet. Beastmen in frenzy periods suffer extreme pain without medication to suppress it. Their bodies burning like fire, constantly shifting between beast and human form, possibly even life-threatening. That frenzy period medication only provides short-term calm. Long-term use not only creates drug resistance, but also makes frenzy periods more frequent. Having been kept by beastmen for 10 years, Vivian became a pharmacist. She naturally knows the side effects these era's drugs have on beastmen. Wolfman Ryan also knows this, but he didn't expect this idiot Vivian to know as well. What are you trying to say? Ryan feels waves of burning pain throughout his body, his head growing increasingly heavy. Vivian sees his wolf claws appearing and disappearing. This belongs to the constant transformation process between beastmen and beasts during frenzy periods. I can help heal you, Vivian quickly speaks up. The healing power awakened by pure human females can not only heal contaminated plants, but also cure beastmen's frenzy periods. Ryan's eyes grow even darker. No human female would willingly heal lowly beastmen. Vivian, I have no patience to play games with you. Suddenly he freezes slightly. The girl in front of him reaches out to cup his wolf ears. The burning pain from his frenzy period is slowly diminishing, and his black wolf ears can't help but twitch. Vivian feels the wolf ear brush against her palm and silently glances at the man in front of her. Sure enough, she sees his expression grow even more sour. Vivian warns herself not to squeeze them. Doing so would cost her life. She then focuses on healing the beastman's frenzy period. In the interstellar world, all plants are contaminated. Only the healing power awakened by human females after coming of age can purify the contamination. The original soul's healing power was only the lowest F rank, but fortunately Vivian's own 3 seconds rank healing power traveled through with her. After a while, Vivian speaks softly. Lower your head a bit. I forgot to put on shoes. The floor is cold and I've been on my tiptoes. My toes are getting numb. The beastman looks down at her, his dark eyes carrying cold mockery. Vivian has a temper too. She releases his ears and steps back several paces. I'm sure you can handle the remaining frenzy yourself. Ryan's gaze falls on Vivian's face. It's clearly the same face, but why does she look much more beautiful now? Even her temperament seems different. The man turns and leaves, his gray mixed fur wolf tail hanging behind him. Vivian's fists clench. The 5 beast slaves the original soul kept are each more rebellious than the last, wanting nothing more than to drag the original soul down with them in death. Now that the original soul has disappeared somewhere, she's inherited the original soul's mess. Vivian suddenly feels disheartened. She looks down silently. When she scrambled off that butterfly beastman's bed earlier, she didn't even have time to put on shoes. Vivian goes to the bathroom for a hot shower. In the bathroom, she sees this body's face. Dark, star-like eyes, waist-length hair, a small teardrop mole at the corner of her eye. Beautiful, delicate, and innocent-looking. So pretty, how could she have such a vicious heart? Vivian suddenly thinks of the 5 beast slaves the original soul kept. Their names seem identical to the beast lords who will frantically slaughter humans and establish the 5 great beast cities in the future. Something flashes through her mind. Her future snake beast lord is still locked in the storage room, having not eaten for 3 days. Vivian hurriedly puts on shoes, grabs keys and nutrient solution, and runs to the storage room. She unlocks and opens the door. The storage room is pitch black. Sir Lyndon? Vivian habitually calls him Sir Lyndon, forgetting that the current Lyndon isn't yet the future Beast Lord. Having been kept by Vivian for 10 years, she also served as his beastman doctor for several years. Except for not being able to leave that villa, Lyndon actually treated her quite well. During their 10 years together, Lyndon had incurable frenzy periods, stomach problems, and headaches. Vivian doesn't know what he experienced in his youth. Beastmen live 10 times longer than pure humans. When he was young, her parents hadn't even been born yet. After Vivian's eyes adjust to the darkness, she sees the man in the corner clearly. A lean man leans against the corner, dark curly hair covering half his face. Under his worn black shirt, a black snake tail coils in circles, but the tail is bleeding with many missing scales. Vivian has never seen Sir Lyndon in such a wretched state. She walks forward a few steps, crouches in front of him, and instinctively wants to check his pulse. But before her hand can touch his, it's grabbed tightly. Lyndon turns to look at her. Get lost! Then he throws off her hand. I'll leave in a moment. Vivian places the nutrient solution on the ground. Your confinement is over. These are nutrient solutions. After you drink them, you can leave this place. Bang! The glass shards of the nutrient solution cut across Vivian's forehead. Vivian freezes. Sir Lyndon has never treated her this way before. He seems to be looking at someone else through her. Lyndon looks down with disgust. When Vivian was 8 years old, her parents were killed by a frenzied beastman. It was Snake Beast Lord Lyndon who saved her when she was frozen in fear. The slight pain on her forehead brings Vivian back to her senses. She sees that Lyndon's entire palm is embedded with glass shards. Vivian glances at the man in the corner, then turns to leave and returns, bringing a medical kit and dragging another person with her. At this moment, Ronan is wearing silver-white pajamas, his silver hair falling to his waist. Ronan imperceptibly pulls his hand away from Vivian's grip.
Content creation is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep my content creation process running smoothly. I use ClickUp AI to brainstorm fresh content ideas in seconds. With ClickUp's calendar view, I can schedule posts across all platforms and never miss a deadline. When I need to draft captions, ClickUp AI helps me write engaging copy tailored to my audience. And with campaign dashboards, I can track performance metrics like engagement and follower growth all in one place. ClickUp makes work easy, from planning your next viral post to managing your entire content strategy. Click the link below to start your free trial today.
Master, what can Ronan do for you this late at night? Vivian hands him the medical kit, pointing to Lyndon in the corner. Heal him, or you'll die with him. A flash of disgust crosses Ronan's heart, but he doesn't show it. After Vivian finishes speaking, she leaves. Ronan can't understand Vivian's behavior. She clearly hates snakes the most, yet tonight she's acting very concerned, dragging him over to treat Lyndon in the middle of the night. Lyndon thinks of how that woman's forehead was still bleeding, yet she brought a lizard with medical skills over, and then left. Vivian returns to her room, feeling this night has been truly exhausting. She puts a pink bandage on her forehead in the mirror and goes to bed. The next morning, the door is gently knocked. "Master, breakfast is ready." Vivian finishes washing up, gets dressed, and comes out. From her inherited memories, she knows the original soul made Ronan responsible for her 3 meals. Ronan also became the least beaten beast slave because of his good temper, medical skills, and cooking abilities. After eating a few bites of breakfast, Vivian looks at the man beside her and speaks quietly, "Sit down and eat with me, or it'll get cold." "No thank you, master. You eat first." Vivian seems to have expected this and doesn't say more, finishing breakfast before leaving. Ronan's gaze falls on Vivian's retreating figure. Today, Vivian surprisingly didn't cause any trouble. Usually, she'd act like her hands were useless and make him feed her. But it's good she's not causing trouble today. Otherwise, he can't guarantee he won't make her lose her appetite for several days. Vivian comes to the storage room and sees the young man still leaning against the corner. His hands have been bandaged, and scattered medicine pills litter the floor. They're frenzy period medication. "Why aren't you going back to your room?" Lyndon doesn't answer her. Vivian walks over, picks up the pills, puts them back in the bottle, then picks up the medical kit and turns to leave. Vivian's current mission is to prevent them from killing her. A long and difficult road ahead. Passing through the main hall, Vivian sees Ronan cleaning the kitchen and casually asks, "How much food do we have left?" "This morning was the last meal," Ronan says, as if discussing something ordinary. Vivian's mouth twitches. "But we still have half a month before reaching the exile planet." I know." Ronan glances at Vivian and responds casually. He leisurely cleans the dishes, unhurried and elegant, looking like the master of this place. Actually, besides understanding Lyndon particularly well, Vivian knows nothing about the other few people. "Call everyone else over. I need to discuss something with everyone." Ronan takes a napkin and slowly wipes the oil stains on his hands. Though already clean, he keeps wiping until his fingers turn red. Ronan seems to dislike cooking, but the food he makes is exceptionally delicious. Why torture himself? All 5 had unhappy childhoods, kept by humans since childhood, beaten at will. Vivian should be grateful that when she was kept, he didn't enjoy whipping people like the others did. She's seen 4 of the 5 people, and there's still one she hasn't met. Vivian searches her memory for the original soul's interactions with him, wanting to faint but unable to. In half a month, everyone has been tortured by the original soul. She plucked the snake scales, she whipped the wolf man, she broke the butterfly man's wings, she beat the lizard man, and she beat the scorpion man too. Vivian waits on the living room sofa. Before long, Ronan slowly walks back, with no one behind him. Vivian stands up from the sofa. Though she has some guesses, she still asks, "Where are the others? I called them, but they won't come." "There's nothing I can do about it." His beautiful silver eyes slowly fall on Vivian, with a kind of coldness like looking at dead objects. "Why don't you go call them yourself, master? Then I'll go invite them personally." Ronan slowly follows her. Since last night, this woman's behavior has been somewhat unpredictable. The first room Vivian goes to is still the Snake Man's room. After all, compared to the others, she's still more familiar with him. Ronan sees Vivian going to the Snake Man first, his eyes flickering. People instinctively seek those they feel most familiar with or have the best relationship with. Clearly, that snake has the worst relationship with her. Ronan thought she'd go to the scorpion first, since the second most obedient one is that scorpion. Vivian comes to Lyndon's door and knocks. "Lyndon, come out. We need to discuss something together." Ronan beside her seems unable to hold back and coughs with laughter. Just as Vivian raises her hand to knock a second time, the door suddenly opens. Lyndon has changed into pure black clothes, his slightly curly black hair still covering the right half of his face. His gaze passes over the pink bandage on Vivian's forehead without saying much, just walking out to follow behind her. Vivian next stops at the butterfly man's door. She seems to have just scrambled off his bed last night. Among all these men, the original soul favored the beautiful and exciting butterfly most. Vivian knocks on the door. "Damien, are you there?" She wonders how he resolved the drug's effects last night. Probably handled it himself. The door opens immediately. Though Damien has an enchantingly beautiful face, his purple gold eyes always carry coldness. His entire aura mixed with ice shards, making that gorgeous face seem sacred and untouchable. Vivian's mouth twitches. In the era when humans kept beastmen, sexual relations between humans and beastmen were strictly forbidden. If discovered, humans would be imprisoned, and beastmen executed. Vivian collects her thoughts. Looking at the butterfly man before her without much interest, she speaks slowly. "Let's go. We need to discuss something." She turns toward the next room. Damien's heart still fills with disgust for Vivian, but he follows anyway. Vivian comes to the wolfman's door and knocks. "Ryan, come out." The door is suddenly yanked open with a gust of wind, as violent as its owner's temper. The man has broad shoulders, a narrow waist, and full muscle definition. He could probably kill someone with one punch. Vivian appears especially petite in front of him. "What is it?" Ryan's gaze sweeps over the people behind Vivian before settling on her. What, having another whipping session? Just as Vivian is about to push open the door to find the last beastman, the door opens. A young man with deep teal short hair wears a matching V-neck shirt, white gauze wrapped around his neck, looking both sexy and alluring. Dylan looks at Vivian with a smile, his voice carrying a seductive drawl. Are you here to supervise today, Vivian? Vivian falls silent. From the original soul's memories, she learns that after being exiled, all the original soul's assets were confiscated. And living on a wasteland planet definitely requires money. The original soul made the Scorpion Man do borderline beastmen streaming on Starnet every day to earn money. Sometimes she would stream master training beast slave content with the Scorpion. Vivian feels dizzy. Come out for a meeting together. Vivian really wants to erase those memories from her mind. But Vivian, I'm still streaming. The top donor just arrived, and I can earn lots of money for you to spend. He speaks while slightly raising a gauze-wrapped, slender hand, red blood stains faintly visible at the wrist. This hand hasn't been cut today yet. Vivian gets dizzy thinking about his streaming content. If it were just simple borderline content, that would be fine, but in an era where beastmen have extremely low status, the top donors like seeing the Scorpion Man covered in blood. Dylan doesn't believe Vivian's words at all. He innocently blinks his peach blossom eyes, his expression enchanting and alluring. I'm using other women's money to support you, Vivian. Aren't you happy? No need. Vivian's mouth twitches. As for how to earn star coins, I'll have solutions later. She's a pure human female, with 3 S-rank healing power and a pharmacist with 10 years of clinical experience treating beastmen. She's not worried about employment at all. Dylan laughs softly. Then I'll go turn off the stream now. But when he turns around, all the smile disappears from his face. This woman once forced him to do borderline streaming, and now that he's making money from streaming, she suddenly tells him to stop. He wonders what she's really thinking. Vivian, I've turned off the stream. Good. Everyone come over together. Vivian comes to the starship's living room sofa and sits down. You all...
Você sabia que para ser terapeuta, você não precisa ser formado em psicologia? E você sabia que ser terapeuta hoje é uma profissão extremamente valorizada? Nesta profissão, você é muito bem remunerado, você tem liberdade de tempo, você tem liberdade geográfica e você pode ajudar pessoas. E além de tudo isso, você não precisa ser formado em psicologia. Exatamente isso. Se você se interessou, eu quero te dizer que nós estamos abrindo as inscrições do mini curso Terapeuta de Resultados. É online, é gratuito e a gente ainda vai te dar um certificado de participação ao final deste mini curso. Se você gostou, clica aqui embaixo no botão Saiba Mais que você vai ser direcionado para o nosso grupo do WhatsApp. E lá nós vamos te dar todas as informações, inclusive acesso às aulas. Tudo que você precisa para participar dessa semana fantástica, que eu tenho certeza vai mudar a sua vida de uma vez por todas. Estou aguardando você, combinado?
You all sit too. Vivian, you're the master. We're lowly beast slaves. How dare we sit on the same sofa as you? Ryan speaks with sarcasm. Then I order you all to sit down. Is that acceptable? Ronan naturally sits in the seat next to Vivian, his voice calm as he speaks slowly. Thank you, master. With the first person seated, the others also take their seats one by one. Except for Ronan sitting close to her, the others all sit far away. Since everyone's here, I'll speak directly. I know that in the past half-month, I've done many excessive things to you all. It's okay, Vivian. You can do even more excessive things to me. Dylan speaks, his peach blossom eyes blinking affectionately. Don't pity me. Hearing him say this, Vivian doesn't dare take it seriously. As one of the future beast lords, the Scorpion is a passionate, smiling grim reaper. The sweeter his words, the more ruthless his killing. Vivian's lips move. From now on, let's get along well. I won't hit you anymore either. I know you definitely won't believe me when I say this now, so I'll prove it to you with actions in the future. When the time is right, I can also let you leave. But that depends on your performance. What does performance mean? Ronan asks softly. Vivian turns to look at him. Be good to me. A strange feeling passes through Ronan's heart. All right, master, just call me by my name from now on. Vivian looks away. Is this another new game where you want us to please you? Ryan sneers. She continues. I've laid out the rules. Whether you're willing to try is up to you. Several people are all considering the truthfulness of her words. Dylan, however, grins with a brilliant smile. Vivian, but I want to always be your slave. Vivian automatically ignores his words. Not a single word is sincere. Now I need to talk about the second matter. We still have half a month before reaching the exile planet, but we're out of food. Ronan beside her quietly watches Vivian, wanting to see how she'll solve this. I don't have a single bottle of nutrient solution left. Ryan speaks ominously. You took all our nutrient solutions. Vivian did indeed take all their nutrient solutions. When she traveled through, the original Soul's room only had 10 bottles of nutrient solution left. But last night, Lyndon smashed 5 bottles, so only 5 remain. Vivian thinks about this and glances at Lyndon. He also seems to sense something and looks at her, one red narrow eye half closed, always looking at people with cold, lazy indifference. She silently looks away, not asking about the nutrient solution, but instead inquiring, "Do any of you have seeds?" "Vivian, I don't have grain seeds, but I have cloud plum flower seeds." Dylan grins and speaks. "Do you want them?" "Yes, give them to me later. Cloud plum flowers bloom and wither weekly, and mature flowers can have edible nutrients extracted from them." Dylan obediently responds, "Vivian, am I performing well?" "Not bad. Keep it up." Ronan also slowly speaks, "I also have several ornamental potted plants in my room. I'll bring them to you later too." He thinks of a possibility, but isn't certain yet. Does this woman really have the ability to extract nutrients? Vivian nods, then looks at the silent Lyndon and Damien. "Bring me the potted plants from your rooms too." Lyndon is truly taciturn, but Damien probably just doesn't want to acknowledge Vivian at all. Neither of them speaks or pays attention to her. "Vivian," Ronan breaks the awkwardness, "everything on this starship belongs to you. Whatever you want later, I'll accompany you to get it." Vivian turns to look at Ronan and nods. She thinks Ronan getting beaten less had its reasons. "All right, Ronan comes with me. The rest of you do as you please." Vivian stands up from the sofa, grabbing Ronan's wrist as they head to everyone's rooms. Ronan sees Vivian grabbing his hand, and that obsessive-like disgust flashes through his heart again. But when Vivian looks back at him, his expression is perfectly calm. The two of them walk to the others' rooms to start moving potted plants. Dylan's expression is unreadable. Before long, he follows them, his voice bright. "Vivian, I'll help you move too." Vivian nods. All right. As Vivian carries potted plants past the main hall, she sees 3 people sitting in 3 corners. Everyone needs to drink the extracted nutrients. How can these 3 not work? "Ryan, you go move too. Lyndon, Damien, you 2 come with me. I have something to tell you." Ryan stands up briskly. "I'd like to see what tricks you're up to." Then he goes to help Vivian move potted plants. Damien's beautiful purple gold eyes carry coldness, half his face bearing the purple gold shimmer, powder that belongs to butterflies. Undeniably, he's truly beautiful and eye-catching, with gorgeous colors that draw attention at first glance. His gaze falls on Vivian like looking at trash. "You all play by yourselves." Then he simply lifts his long legs and leaves. Vivian's originally somewhat gloomy mood inexplicably dissipates when she sees the 2 small purple gold butterfly wings on his back. Unlike last night's sky-covering butterfly wings, now the 2 butterfly wings have shrunk, just reaching his arms in length. One purple gold small butterfly wing opens normally, while the other is wrapped round and round with bandages, looking quite miniature and cute. Vivian is...
E se eu pudesse criar meu aplicativo ideal de contratação com a base 44? Meu trabalho muda rápido. Tarefas, prioridades e prazos viram de um dia para o outro. Mas agora, eu finalmente consigo criar um app feito sob medida para os meus fluxos de trabalho e as necessidades do meu time. Eu preciso de uma ferramenta que una cálculos, automações, insights, tudo em uma visão clara e acessível, exatamente quando eu preciso. E o que mais posso precisar? Eu configurei uma agente de IA que entende como a gente funciona, gera conteúdo com a minha voz, cuida das tarefas repetitivas do jeito que eu faria. Assim, meu trabalho fica mais inteligente, não só mais rápido. Tudo criado do meu jeito. Minhas métricas claras, meus processos organizados, meus dados protegidos. Porque não se trata apenas de usar um software, é construir o sistema que vai levar a gente adiante. Base 44. Crie do seu jeito.
Utterly charmed by its cuteness. The other tiny butterfly wing is wrapped in white bandages, looking so pitiful. Ah, such an adorable little wing, broken like that. It definitely needs a good rest to recover. When Vivian looks away, Lyndon has already walked to her side. "Let's go." Facing Lyndon's familiar face, she always has more patience and affection. Vivian brings Lyndon to the kitchen. "Pull all these potted plants out and put them aside, then wash them clean." Lyndon responds indifferently, then squats down to start processing the potted plants. Vivian moves the soil-only pots back to her room, working like a busy little bee. Lyndon imperceptibly glances at that light, quick figure. Such vibrant life force, completely different from before. After all the bustle finally ends, Vivian looks at the 4 people in front of her with satisfaction. "All right, thanks everyone for your hard work. You can go rest now." After half a day of interaction, Vivian feels they might not want to kill her so much. They probably just dislike her. Dinner time arrives quickly. Vivian cooks a pot of nutrient solution diluted with water, preparing to call them when she turns around to see Ronan leaning against the kitchen doorway. She doesn't know how long he's been standing there. Perfect timing. "Go call the others to come drink nutrient soup." Ronan seems somewhat surprised. "So Vivian can cook?" Vivian smiles faintly. "Isn't mixing nutrient solution with water quite easy? Go call people to drink soup." She then ignores Ronan and serves herself a bowl first. Ronan says nothing and turns to call people. Vivian is holding her bowl drinking soup when she sees several broad-shouldered, narrow-waisted, long-legged men walking over. Setting aside everything else, these men's looks are truly top-notch. Go serve your own soup. Vivian walks out, making way. You didn't poison it to kill us, did you? Ryan looks at Vivian meaningfully. Yes, it's highly poisonous. Don't drink it then. Vivian rolls her eyes at him. Ryan chuckles mockingly. Then I'll have to try your poisonous soup. Dylan slowly approaches. Soup made personally by Vivian. Even if it's poison, it must taste sweet. Only 3 of the 5 people came. Lyndon and Damien didn't come. After Ryan finishes washing his bowl, he stops in front of her. Vivian instinctively steps back several paces, keeping her distance. Is there something you need? Ryan speaks slowly. It tastes terrible. Then he turns and leaves. Vivian understands. This guy is definitely targeting her on purpose. How good can nutrient solution diluted with water taste? Vivian fires back defiantly. I'm telling you, not only does it taste bad today, tomorrow will be worse, and you'll have to drink this terrible stuff for half a month. Suddenly, a handsome face appears right in front of Vivian. Vivian, can you hit me tonight? Dylan is ready. Vivian steps back several paces, creating distance. I said we'd get along well. I won't hit you anymore. But I'm trying to please you. Dylan slowly steps closer to Vivian. Didn't you say being good to you gives a chance to gain free status? Not that kind of good. Vivian still holds her empty bowl. But doesn't Vivian love hitting people most? Dylan presses closer, his gauze-wrapped wrist rising to touch the white gauze at his neck. Doesn't Vivian love Dylan's neck covered in blood most? Vivian thinks he's sick, but she still speaks from a scientific perspective. Blood is the dirtiest thing in the human body, so it's not beautiful. Dylan's eyes pause slightly. Then he looks at Vivian with interest. Vivian, you know this too. Dylan is really surprised. Vivian frowns slightly. Suddenly an arm crosses between the two of them, a hand taking the bowl from Vivian's hands. Vivian, I'll wash the bowl for you. Then a palm gently presses her shoulder, leading her away. Vivian, you still need to process those plants later, right? Come on, I'll assist you. After Ronan takes Vivian away, Dylan doesn't leave immediately. He just glances at the 2 people in the kitchen before leaving with an unreadable expression. After Ronan finishes washing dishes, he starts washing his hands again, scrubbing them red. Here you go, disposable alcohol wipes. They're better for disinfection than scrubbing your hands raw. Ronan looks up at Vivian, taking the alcohol wipes she offers. Thank you, Vivian. You're welcome. Vivian turns to check the pot. Ronan's gaze remains on her. This kind of considerate care is a first encounter for him. For that instant, he felt his heartbeat stop for a moment. The reddened skin tingling and aching. An addictive, exciting pleasure. But is this genuine? Or is she just toying with him? Some humans like to pretend care, then cruelly reveal the truth, playing with Beastman's emotions. Which type is she? Vivian has no idea about Ronan's overthinking. She checks the pot. There's still some leftover nutrient soup. Thinking of Lyndon's incurable stomach pain in the future and remembering their life-saving bond and 10 years of friendship, Vivian comes to Lyndon's door. Lyndon, come out. I have work for you. She also knocks on Damien's door. Damien, come out! I have work for you! Vivian waits for a long time, but the door doesn't open. Instead, Dylan opens his door and comes out. Vivian still cares so much about that butterfly. He hates you so much, but you still like him so much. Am I not better looking than him? I'm so obedient and well-behaved. Why don't you like me, Vivian? Maybe the original soul didn't like this seductive type. Damien's rebellious attitude fills people with the desire to conquer. Vivian zones out for a moment, and Dylan is already beside her, bending down to whisper in her ear. Vivian, I heard you climb into the butterfly's bed last night and got kicked out. Don't be sad. Vivian, I moan better than him. Do you want to hear? Hot breath brushes against Vivian's ear, making her blush involuntarily. Stop getting so close. Humans and beastmen are impossible. She hurriedly walks away from Dylan. In her 10 years of captivity in that big villa, no one had ever dared say such things to her. Dylan's gaze falls on her reddened ears, his eyes deepening. Is she pretending or is it real? If she's pretending, her acting is really too good. Vivian returns to Lyndon's door and knocks again. The door opens. Vivian looks up to meet Lyndon's gaze. Come help me with something. If she asked him to drink nutrient soup, he'd definitely refuse her kindness. Vivian brings Lyndon to the kitchen, pointing to the nutrient soup in the pot. Drink all the soup in that pot, then wash it. Help me extract nutrients together. Ronan now has his arms crossed over his chest, leaning against the doorway, calmly observing Vivian and Lyndon. She seems to prefer Lyndon now. While Lyndon drinks the nutrient soup, Vivian starts processing the plants. Vivian, let me do it. Ronan appears beside her at some point. Vivian steps aside and continues processing others. When Vivian gets serious about making medicine, she becomes completely absorbed, paying no attention to the 2 people beside her. It's not until midnight that she finishes extracting nutrients from all the plants. She covers the large pot of nutrients and suddenly sees the 2 people standing behind her. Her gaze pauses. Aren't you going back yet? Vivian didn't tell Ronan to leave, so naturally Ronan stayed here. Ronan smiles warmly. Lyndon just stares at her without speaking. Vivian smiles awkwardly. I got busy and forgot, but from now on, you don't need my permission. You can leave directly. That pure, enchanting face, the teardrop mole at her eye corner swaying under the white light. Had she always been this beautiful? Ronan suddenly leans toward her. Vivian doesn't react in time. She only sees a magnified, handsome face, his silver hair falling down lightly, cool fingertips gently touching her cheek. Your face is a bit dirty. Vivian's back is against a long table. She can't retreat. She instinctively touches where he just touched. Is it? It's clean now. Ronan straightens up, his silver hair sliding across Vivian's neck, bringing a cool shiver. Everyone go rest. Vivian feels strange. Doesn't he have germophobia? Alright, Ronan smiles warmly. The three of them leave the kitchen. Vivian greets them and returns to her room. Ronan's hand is just touching the door handle when a tall figure passes.
A minha esposa tá me chamando de quê?
Louco.
Louco. Mas olha só o motivo. Eu vou entregar isso aqui para você, ó. Como vender para órgãos públicos e fazer 1 ano de faturamento em uma única venda que custa R$ 197. Segura aí, ó. Se você tem uma empresa, segura aí. Como vender para órgãos públicos sem estoque que custa R$ 197. Como encontrar as melhores oportunidades para o seu nicho de atuação que custa R$ 197. Dá quanto mais ou menos, meu amor? Quase 600, né?
Sim.
E eu vou fazer por quanto? Por quanto?
0.
De graça. De graça. Para quem tiver inscrito no meu evento. Então, se você quer aprender tudo isso, a única coisa que você precisa fazer é o quê? É você tocar em Saiba Mais Agora e se cadastrar nesse evento que vai ser gratuito e você vai aprender tudo isso comigo. A única coisa que você precisa fazer, lógico, é estar junto comigo, porque se você não estiver junto comigo, o que você vai precisar fazer depois? Investir esses valores que eu te mostrei para você aprender. Então, não perde tempo, toca agora em Saiba Mais para você estar junto comigo no meu evento, onde eu vou te ensinar tudo isso. Toca, se cadastra e a gente se vê lá.
By, saying emotionlessly, her face wasn't dirty. Ronan realizes what he means and slowly turns to watch the departing black figure, casually saying, if I say it's dirty, then it's dirty. Lyndon hears this but doesn't acknowledge Ronan, returning to his room and closing the door. Ronan also chuckles and returns to his room. That night, Vivian truly gave him great surprises. Those skilled movements controlling the medicine were sharp and decisive. Not something achievable in just a year or two. Was she deliberately hiding this before? Acting only when there's no food? Undeniably, this woman is now full of deadly attraction. The next day's lunch is still nutrient soup. Except for Damien, everyone else comes. Vivian now only eats lunch and dinner to save food while maintaining basic nutrition. The others naturally follow the same 2-meal schedule. Later, Vivian goes to find Dylan. The nutrients extracted last night can sustain them temporarily, but when those run out, the next batch of emergency nutrients needs to be ready. So Dylan's cloud plum flower seeds come in handy. Moreover, the flowers that bloom can be replanted, and if saved carefully, they'll last until reaching the exile planet. Vivian knocks on the door for a long time with no response. She's considering coming back later. When her gaze inadvertently falls to the ground, bright red blood seeps through the door crack. Vivian's heart jumps. She immediately pushes open the door and enters. What greets her is glaring red on white tiles. Rock music blares throughout the room. As soon as Vivian enters, she feels her eardrums pounding and ringing. The young man stands on white tile floors, his white gauze shirt stained red with blood, gray pants also spattered with blood droplets like blooming snowflowers. He props one hand on the table, gaze fixed on the holographic virtual transparent streaming panel in front. Do you like this, Master Shannon? The stream immediately fills with donation sounds. Dylan glances at the stream comments and chuckles. Waist and abdomen too? Sure, Master Shannon. Send another battleship. Donation sound effects immediately play. Dylan picks up the bloody knife from the table and presses it against his lean waist. Just as the blade is about to slide down, a slender pale hand grabs his wrist. Dylan slowly looks at Vivian. The stream chat becomes lively. Is the Beast Slave Master joining for a collaboration stream? It's been so long since we had a collaboration stream. Time to discipline this lowly beast. At this moment, Vivian grabs Dylan's wrist, her eyelid twitching. Turn off the stream first. Dylan doesn't turn off the stream. Instead, he easily breaks free from Vivian's grip, reaches for a fox mask and holds it to Vivian's face. Vivian, you forgot to wear your mask. Vivian shows only a pair of clean, clear black eyes as she looks at him. Dylan places a bloody knife in Vivian's hand. Vivian, collaboration stream. Cut here, cut deep. Vivian frowns and throws off his hand, pressing the knife onto the table, then turns off the stream. Dylan doesn't stop her, just watches Vivian with interest. What do you mean by this, Vivian? Vivian puts the fox mask back on the table and walks out. Wait here, I'll get the medical kit and be right back. Dylan's gaze deepens as he watches Vivian's retreating figure. Beastmen heal quickly. This blood won't cause fatal blood loss. Why is she getting a medical kit? Is she worried about his wounds? Vivian quickly returns with the medical kit. Let me treat the wounds first. Dylan sees her return with the medical kit and hears this sentence. For a moment, it creates an illusion that treating his wounds is the top priority. He lets Vivian treat his wounds. Vivian's eyelid twitches. Doesn't this person feel pain? After Ronan, she thinks Dylan is also sick. After treating his wounds, Vivian looks up at him. Dylan smiles enchantingly. Vivian, why do you care about me so much? Didn't I tell you not to stream anymore? Vivian asks instead of answering. Aren't I supposed to be good to you? So I'm working hard to earn star coins for you to spend. I earned 100,000 new coins today. Shall I give them all to you? Vivian's mouth twitches. This kind of good is completely unnecessary. Of course, if you want to stream, that's fine, but don't do this kind of streaming anymore. Be better to yourself. Dylan's expression freezes slightly, unsure whether Vivian is sincere or faking. After Vivian says this, she packs up the medical supplies, then says, "Give me the cloud plum flower seeds." So that's why Vivian came to find me. For the cloud plum flower seeds. Dylan laughs softly, then quickly brings the cloud plum flower seeds. Vivian gets the cloud plum flower seeds and doesn't look at Dylan anymore, turning to leave. Behind her comes Dylan's drawling voice. "Vivian, how exactly do you want me to be good to you to satisfy you? Warming your bed or seduction?" Hearing these inappropriate words, Vivian feels her veins throbbing. She speaks directly. "If you want to be good to me, Ronan's way of handling things is quite nice. She wants to do something, and Ronan always helps her, though she doesn't know if Ronan is sincere." Dylan laughs mockingly. "Vivian, he's not a good person." Vivian ignores him and leaves directly. As she passes the butterflies' room, she pauses. "This guy hasn't had any nutrition for a long time, right? He won't develop stomach problems from hunger, will he? Why is he so rebellious?" Vivian feels somewhat uneasy. News of people starving to death on Starnet is common. Though Vivian knows Damien definitely won't die here, their conflict still needs resolving. These past few days, she feels that although these people's attitudes toward her are unclear, they probably don't have murderous intent anymore. But this butterfly is hard to say. Finally, Vivian still comes to the butterfly beastman's door, knocks symbolically a few times, then directly pushes the door open. What greets her is complete darkness. "Damien?" Vivian's foot seems to hit something. Before she can react, her ankle is suddenly grabbed forcefully, then yanked hard. Vivian falls backward to the ground. The next second, a tall, lean figure looms over her. Burning heat radiates from his body. Vivian's arm is pinned by him, her neck also pressed down forcefully by his large palm. Her breathing becomes difficult, her thoughts struggling to function. She quickly understands the current situation of the person before her. His body is burning hot and frenzied, unconscious, attacking people randomly.
Toda semana, dezenas de pessoas já estão aprendendo SQL Server comigo ao vivo no YouTube. Agora chegou a sua vez. Eu sou o professor Landry, consultor de SQL Server e Microsoft Trainer há mais de 25 anos. Toda terça-feira, às 20 horas, eu faço lives gratuitas ensinando do básico ao avançado, administração, desenvolvimento de banco de dados e até nuvem Azure. Fazendo seu cadastro para as lives, além de garantir a sua vaga, você ainda recebe aulas gratuitas para aprender SQL Server do absoluto zero. Então clique logo no link aqui embaixo, faça sua inscrição agora e venha fazer parte da nossa comunidade.
Vivian feels extremely unlucky. How did she happen to encounter his frenzy period today? And it looks like he's been in frenzy for some time and lost consciousness. Otherwise, why would he want to strangle her? If she dies, he has to die with her. Vivian grabs his hand but can never pull it away. Regretting she shouldn't have come alone, she changes strategy, reaching around his waist and abdomen. Her palm touches the base of his butterfly wings on his back. The burning temperature makes her think she's touching flames. But she can't worry about that now. She quickly raises her hand, healing power flowing from her palm to cover the wing base. Vivian feels the grip on her neck loosen slightly. The butterfly wings tremble slightly from the gentle touch. Vivian breathes a sigh of relief internally. But the next second, the man on top of her circles his arm around her waist, holding her tightly, his face pressed against hers, trapping her beneath him. His butterfly wings behind him faintly produce shimmer powder, suddenly spreading to cover Vivian above. The room is too dark. She can't see clearly and doesn't notice the faint shimmer powder. Vivian is completely pinned down and can't move. She can only help him cure his frenzy period first. Vivian's hands circle around Damien's back, palms touching his butterfly wing bases. This is the most sensitive area for butterfly men. Usually when helping beastmen cure frenzy periods, Vivian wouldn't touch here, but now she can't reach anywhere else. Butterfly wings are not pleasant to touch at all. Like touching sticky powder, healing power continuously flows from her palms. As her palms touch the butterfly wings, those beautiful wings produce more and more shimmer powder. Vivian doesn't notice. Faint gasping sounds echo in Vivian's ear. Vivian freezes completely. Sure enough, beastmen's sensitive areas can't be touched carelessly. She notices the large amount of shimmer powder. The butterfly wings tremble slightly. Golden shimmer powder falling on Vivian's face. The powder has a sweet, fruity candy fragrance. When butterfly men court, they make their wings especially beautiful to attract the opposite sex's attention. The shimmer powder is particularly fragrant, and the more powder, the stronger the courtship desire. Plus, the shimmer powder has aphrodisiac effects. He's in heat. Seeing more and more golden shimmer powder and the increasingly sweet, fruity fragrance, Vivian's heart grows more and more panicked. Vivian quickly pulls her hands away, not daring to touch him. "Damien, wake up! I'm Vivian, the Vivian you hate!" But she can't push away a beastman with enormous strength at all. Damien holds her tightly, his voice extremely dry and hoarse, pleadingly kissing Vivian's neck. Wings hurt. touch them. Sweat from his forehead drips onto Vivian's long lashes. Vivian feels her body growing softer too. Wake up, you bastard. Vivian pushes hard at the person on top of her. Look clearly who I am. When he wakes up and discovers what happened with her, he'll definitely kill her. Besides, Vivian absolutely doesn't want this either. The butterfly man grabs Vivian's hands, then dominantly pins her to the cold floor. You touched me first. Damien's voice is low and hoarse, his consciousness hazy, seeming awake yet drunk. His voice seems to carry a trace of grievance. She initiated it, and now that he's agreed, why is she still struggling? Vivian realizes she can't break free from an adult man's restraint. She can only make him relax first, then catch him off guard and push him away. Damien seems to notice her quietness too. The pressure pinning her gradually lightens. Just as Damien is about to kiss her lips, Vivian suddenly pushes the person away. But before she can get up, a large hand grabs her ankle again, and she heavily falls to her knees. The sweet shimmer powder fragrance leaves her whole body weak. Vivian's current feeling is like a horror movie. The monster behind the protagonist grabs their ankle and drags them into the abyss. Her escape attempt seems to have angered him. He suddenly lowers his head and bites her neck. Vivian's eyes redden slightly. She cries out in pain while slapping his face. Wake up! Sensing her anger, Damien instinctively soothes her by gently licking the blood seeping from her neck. The next second, Damien's eyes go black and he collapses. Vivian opens her eyes to see Ronan holding a syringe, injecting it into the butterfly beastman's neck. Why is Vivian in such a mess? Ronan half crouches, looking down at Vivian with a kind of high-position, casual condescension. Vivian wipes her face and stands up. Thank you. She breathes a sigh of relief, her peripheral vision noticing Damien collapsed on the ground beside her. Is he okay? Ronan doesn't answer her immediately. His gaze falls on Vivian, silver eyes carrying assessment. The girl's rare dishevelment, her pale neck bearing obvious bite marks, faintly seeping blood droplets, particularly beautiful against her snow-white neck. Don't you like him most, Vivian? Ronan slowly reaches toward her face. Vivian pauses, wanting to dodge, but he only uses his fingertips to hook her hair strands behind her ear. Why didn't you seize such a good opportunity today? Can she say the original soul wanted to sleep with Damien, but she, Vivian, didn't want to sleep with Damien? She can't say that. Time travel is too absurd to explain. I wanted to sleep with him before, but now I don't really want to anymore. Vivian looks up at Ronan, her gaze sliding to the syringe. Is he okay? Vivian, he's just sleeping. Ronan chuckles. So concerned about him? His fingers still linger in her hair behind her ear, gently combing for her. His fingertips inadvertently brush across the small mole at her earlobe, then slowly withdraw. A person with germophobia actually reaches out to comb her sweat-dampened hair. Vivian realizes he's just a beast slave. Such actions are somewhat crossing boundaries. But Vivian, a pure human kept for over 10 years, doesn't think much about it. I'll go back first. You know medicine, so help check on Damien. She walks toward the door. Vivian, let me help you back. Ronan walks to Vivian's side, his arm circling her waist. Vivian actually wants to say she doesn't need his support. She has a concussion, not broken legs. Plus, the butterfly man's shimmer powder aphrodisiac effect makes her body feel hotter now. With Ronan so close beside her, she feels very suppressed and uncomfortable. But they're almost at her room. She endures it, fine beads of sweat appearing on her forehead. She even wants to grab the cool hand at her waist and press it to her face to cool down. Vivian's hand has already unconsciously touched Ronan's hand. The cool sensation makes Vivian shiver, pretending her palm unintentionally slides across his hand back, then restrainedly lowers it. They reach the room. Vivian feels like she's been saved, quickly separating from Ronan. That short journey felt like an entire century. Ronan slightly raises an eyebrow, also naturally letting her go. Thank you. Vivian reaches her door and thanks Ronan. Ronan smiles. No problem. Vivian nods silently, then closes the door. After taking a cold shower, she burrows into bed and falls into deep sleep. In the evening, Vivian wakes to Ronan's knocking. Vivian, the nutrient soup is ready. She stretches lazily, deciding she still needs to find Damien again to clear some things up. Usually at mealtime, the others come out on their own. Dylan sees Vivian and immediately...
O concurso do Banco do Brasil vem aí. Você está pronto para garantir a sua vaga e mudar a sua vida? Então, eu tenho a solução. Estamos liberando o curso grátis para agente comercial do Banco do Brasil. Você pode começar agora mesmo, sem gastar nada. Você vai ter acesso a aulas completas e atualizadas, plano de estudos com apenas 1 hora por dia e tutoria especializada. Tudo isso pensado para otimizar o seu tempo. Então, clique no botão Saiba Mais e garanta o seu acesso agora.
sidles up to her. His finger touches the pink bandage on her neck. Oh my, how did you get hurt? Does it hurt? Vivian pushes away the approaching Dylan, responding casually. She doesn't want to explain too much. It doesn't hurt you, but it hurts me. Dylan's wrist still wrapped in white gauze. He extends his finger to lightly trace Vivian's bandage, his head also leaning toward her. Does it really not hurt? Let me blow on it for you. Vivian pushes away the approaching head again. Go away, don't get close to me. She quickly walks away. Vivian, you're really hurting my feelings like this. Dylan looks utterly wounded. Only Damien doesn't appear for the evening's nutrient soup. Just when Vivian thinks he won't show up, he does. The young man's tall figure stands before Vivian, purple hair disheveled and drooping, face pale but still undeniably gorgeous, like a wilted, drained flower. His gaze falls on the bandage on Vivian's neck, a flash of agitation crossing his expression. He clearly finds this woman disgusting, yet in his confused consciousness he felt courting impulses toward her. Recalling it now, he can still feel the trembling sensation of her fingers stroking his butterfly wings, the dense tingling of his heartbeat. But this woman actually pushed him away. She had previously drugged him and climbed into his bed, but when he was aroused, she mercilessly pushed him away. Conflicted emotions torment Damien's heart. How dare this person reject him? What right does she have to treat him like he's at her beck and call? Vivian sees Damien standing before her, silent for a long time, so she speaks first. Drink the nutrient soup first. We'll talk about anything else later. Damien really can't understand what game this person is playing. Does she really care whether he's hungry or not? Damien frowns, efficiently downs a large bowl, washes it and puts it back, then walks back to stand in front of Vivian. Vivian's gaze falls on the sofa across from her. Sit down. Let's talk slowly. Damien lifts his long legs and sits on the sofa opposite Vivian. His eyes still carry a rebellious coldness, as if his defiant nature can never be broken. Vivian, what happened this morning wasn't my intention. You can punish me however you want. I won't punish you, but you need to follow the rules I set for all of you a few days ago. Damien lets out a cold laugh. Please you? In your dreams. Vivian takes a deep breath. Why do these people always twist her words? When I said, be good to me, I meant like friends being good to each other, not the fawning obedience between master and servant. Vivian looks at the other beastmen as well. Listen carefully, all of you. The purpose of this rule is so we can coexist peacefully, let bygones be bygones, and owe each other nothing. Being good to me is my standard for evaluation. When I feel you've met this standard, I can give you free citizenship and let you leave. Vivian really hopes they won't misunderstand her meaning anymore. If we want to be even, why make it so complicated? Damien looks at her coldly. Cut off one of your arms, and we'll be square. His wings were broken by the original soul, so now he wants Vivian to cut off her own arm. Vivian frowns slightly. She wasn't the one who tortured them, so why should she cut off her arm? If that's the case, you don't have to follow the rules. When all the other men leave, you can stay by my side as my servant forever. Washing clothes, cooking, kneeling to serve me, and such. Damien's face darkens. Can we really be friends? Dylan suddenly smiles with interest. No longer be lowly servants? Vivian glances at Dylan, not understanding the point of his question. Over these past 2 weeks, each of them has acted more like the master than she has. Saying they can get along, like friends, is already generous. After all, in the original soul's memories, servants in other households knelt to serve their masters. But these 5 servants on the starship are rebellious to the core, constantly looking for chances to break free from chip control and kill the original soul. Vivian collects her thoughts and nods lightly. She doesn't really like how humans and beastmen interact in this era anyway. You're so kind, Dylan smiles. Vivian feels like he's being sarcastic but doesn't say anything more. Damien just frowns, stands up, and leaves without a word. She doesn't know if he actually heard what she said, but over the next few days, when Vivian calls him to come drink nutrient soup, he does come out, though he still doesn't give her a friendly look. After several more peaceful days, they're almost at the contaminated planet for exile. Vivian finally feels that while they can't reach the level of good friends, at least they no longer want to kill her. But this thought is shattered, again today. This morning, when Vivian wakes up, she feels dizzy and disoriented. She stares at the 2 or 3 overlapping images of herself in the mirror, shakes her head slightly. This makes the images multiply even more, and soon nausea surges up. She grips the sink and vomits violently. After a while, when she recovers, Vivian checks her own pulse and her heart goes cold. She goes out, takes out her medical kit, and starts mixing an antidote. This body has been poisoned, and it was poisoned before she arrived. It's a slow-acting poison that first makes people confused, then gradually stupid, and finally kills them completely. As for who poisoned her, Vivian has many suspects. The poison was administered about half a month ago, so the fake daughter in the capital could have done it since she originally wanted to kill the original soul anyway. Butterfly Man Damien's glitter powder acts as an aphrodisiac during courtship, but becomes toxic powder when killing. Snake Man Lyndon's teeth also contain venom. Scorpion Man Dylan's tail tip is also poisonous. Lizard Man Ronan is skilled in medicine, so he could also have administered poison. Wolf Man Ryan currently has no suspicious aspects, but he might also be hiding poison. Everyone is highly suspicious. Vivian wipes her face. Fortunately, the medicines in in the medical kit can be broken down and mixed to neutralize the poison in her body. After drinking the antidote, Vivian breathes a sigh of relief, but she still needs to drink the antidote several more times to completely clear the toxins. Vivian looks at the cloud plum flowers growing in her room. They can be harvested again. After this harvest, they'll reach the contaminated planet. After refining this batch of nutrients, she'll need to figure out how to earn star coins. A knock sounds at the door. Vivian opens it to see Ronan at the doorway. Is something wrong? Ronan looks down at her, his silver hair falling slightly. He speaks slowly, I'm not feeling well today. Then he pushes open the door and enters her room. Vivian doesn't think much of it and follows him in. What's wrong? Ronan sets down a cloud plum flower and glances at Vivian. Helping you harvest cloud plum flowers. The two don't speak further, and quietly finish picking all the flowers together. These days, Ronan has been the most considerate to her, though she wonders if he's two-faced. After all, getting along well with someone also means having the best opportunity to poison her. Vivian notices his white clothes and pants are all dirty, so she casually remarks, "You'll have a lot of laundry to do today, won't you?" Ronan casually replies, "I throw away all clothes I've worn. Where would a servant get so many clothes to change? And he wears similar outfits every day, either white or gray. Do you have that many clothes? There are still 10,000 pieces in my hub ring." "I see," Vivian says quietly. "That's still wasteful. You'd throw away 365 pieces of clothing a year." Ronan seems to glance at Vivian casually. "Clothes are recycled like garbage, just like how you bathe every day. Do you think that wastes water? So you think clothes have about the same value as water?" Vivian remarks seemingly casually. That kind of value system must come from having countless
anúncio que você vê hoje é dinheiro meu. Como que você faz isso, Thiago? Eu descobri que tanto o Google quanto o Facebook, eles têm uma opção chamada de pós-pago. Como é que é esse pós-pago? Você pega um mês, vamos supor mês de junho, e aí eu investi aqui R$1 milhão. Pode ser 5 mil, 10 mil, não importa. O Facebook tem uma opção de que ele empresta dinheiro para você, você investe em tráfego pago, no final desse período de 30 dias, ele gera um boleto para 30 dias. Eu tenho 60 dias para pegar o dinheiro do Google, investir em tráfego pago, fazer dinheiro, tirar o reembolso, pagar Google, obrigado, te amo, e botar dinheiro no meu bolso, sem gastar R$1.
Olha só, presta atenção. Eu vou te ensinar a vender pela internet, colocar a sua empresa na cabeça de todo mundo. Eu vou te ensinar tudo do zero. Você vai aprender a dominar os anúncios do Google, Facebook, YouTube e Instagram com inteligência artificial. Clique no botão de Saiba Mais e inscreva-se no evento, é de graça.
Você é aquela pessoa que, onde chega, as pessoas começam a contar os seus problemas e de toda a vida delas? Se você é essa pessoa, eu gostaria de te fazer uma pergunta. Você já pensou em se tornar terapeuta? Isso pode parecer
star coins. Only when you don't lack something, or even have too much to use, would you devalue it as worthless. Vivian suspects he's very wealthy, but as a beastman with low social status in interstellar society, where does his money come from? Moreover, their star coin accounts are all linked to hers. Except for Dylan's account having income from borderline live streaming, the other four have zero in their accounts. Vivian's eyes flicker slightly. By saying this so directly, Ronan is basically telling her he's very rich. According to this era's regulations, servants belong to their masters, and servants' money also belongs to their masters. Vivian senses that all 5 men are hiding money to varying degrees. "I am indeed wealthy," Ronan speaks nonchalantly, as if he can see right through Vivian's thoughts. Vivian feels like Ronan is baiting her. She needs money, and he has money. He tells her he has money, then says nothing else, leaving infinite room for imagination. Vivian simply decides not to continue this topic. She's not without ways to earn star coins. Ronan didn't expect Vivian's reaction to be so indifferent. He did deliberately tell Vivian he had money. They're almost at the contaminated planet. How will she obtain star coins? From the corner of her eye, Vivian notices the white bandages on his wrist, lined up neatly from his wrist upward. "Do you use bandages as decorations? I had a frenzy episode last night and accidentally cut myself. Blood helps me calm down." Ronan speaks calmly. Vivian turns to look at Ronan. "Next time you have a frenzy episode, you can find me. I can help you get through it without pain or injury. Wouldn't that be too presumptuous?" Ronan seems surprised. "No," Vivian casually replies. During this time, Ronan has helped her quite a bit, so it's natural for her to help cure his frenzy episodes in return. Vivian also thinks of Lyndon's incurable frenzy episodes in the future. Although Lyndon has been treating her like a stranger these days, Vivian still unconsciously pays attention to his daily activities. These days have been peaceful. If she goes to help cure him, he probably won't refuse, right? Vivian really doesn't want to see Lyndon become the pain-ridden person he'll be later. If there's a chance for early treatment and prevention, why not treat him? "Who are you thinking about?" a low voice asks. Ronan leans toward her, his slender palm gently touching her cheek. A pair of silver eyes stares quietly at her eyes, satisfied to see her dark pupils completely filled with his reflection. Vivian instinctively steps back several steps, while Ronan naturally straightens up. The hand that was touching Vivian slides into his side pocket. He slightly furrows his brow, his silver eyes showing an unreadable expression. Ronan clearly knows his recent unusual behavior, including being so proactive in helping her. Is it to test her or to get closer to her? Perhaps it's now somewhat deviating from his original intention. When Ronan noticed she was distracted, he instinctively wanted to pull her attention back to himself, leaning close to confirm her eyes were really full of him. It was somewhat uncontrollable. Vivian feels the other person is acting strangely. If you want to talk, just talk. Why suddenly lean over? Now he's half lowering his eyes again, not knowing what he's thinking. At this moment, Ronan slightly lifts his eyelids and smiles gently. Sorry, I scared you. Just didn't react in time. Vivian doesn't say anything more and continues extracting nutrients. Ronan also quietly helps Vivian. The kitchen becomes quiet again as neither speaks. After finishing the last week's nutrient extraction, Ronan and Vivian each return to their rooms. She now needs to go check on Lyndon. Lyndon's frenzy episodes must be cured while he's young. In the future, as Lyndon's doctor, she's always woken up in the middle of the night, and Lyndon always grabs her hand, his eyes red with suppressed pain. Vivian, my head hurts. Vivian, I don't feel well. Sometimes Vivian even hears him talking deliriously. Vivian, hold me. Vivian, without you, I'll die. Vivian naturally knows this. Without her treatment, he'll eventually kill himself. She naturally doesn't realize that the future Lyndon loves her to the extreme, but only dares to restrain himself by holding her hand. Vivian quickly comes to Lyndon's room and knocks. Lyndon, I need to talk to you, but after knocking for a long time, no one opens the door. Vivian thinks for a moment, turns back to her room to get several prepared sedative injections, then returns. The current Lyndon isn't the future Lyndon after all. On the other side of the door, the room is pitch black. Lyndon sits on the floor, leaning against the door. His upper body is naked, his black snake tail alternately stretching and coiling, showing he's in unbearable pain. The frenzy episode medication has run out. Now he can only endure it himself, but Lyndon still has some consciousness. He knows Vivian came knocking, yet he hasn't opened the door. These days, Lyndon has noticed that Vivian seems to treat him differently from the other men. She cares whether he drinks nutrient soup and whether he has wounds on his body. Why does she pay so much attention to me? Didn't she say snake men are the most disgusting? Sometimes he even wonders if she likes him. Lyndon really can't tell if she's paying attention to him or if he's the one paying attention to her every move. He hides in his dark room listening to her footsteps, noticing that when she passes his door, her steps always slow slightly. He can hear when her footsteps are light and cheerful. Lyndon thought Vivian might have developed some feelings for him, until